Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us again on Tuesday. Very excited to be here with you guys once again. Very excited for our presenter today. Someone that I've had the pleasure of working with. Very pleasant to work with. But welcome, you guys. I want to go ahead and welcome all those joining us for the very first time. If you are joining us for the very first time, please make sure that you put on that chat where you are joining us from, who invited you, or put a 1, just let us know. And for those that continue to support us every single Tuesday, please let us know where you are joining us from again and put a 2 on that chat as well. Love to see those that join us every single Tuesday. But for those newer to the call, this is going to be an overview of the opportunity, so the business side, products and corporate. So this is going to basically help answer some of those questions if you're still not quite sure if you want to join. But if this doesn't answer all of your questions, make sure that you connect with that person who invited you to today's call. They will make sure they take care of you, make sure they get all your questions answered. And hopefully today you make the decision to fully come on. And let's go ahead and get started. Our presenter today, Elite Pro A out of Indiana, James Hyden, graduated with an associate's in conservational law enforcement. I think I said that right. Also has a bachelor's degree in public and environmental affairs with a minor in criminal justice, was a police officer for 12 years, met his beautiful wife, Tracy, in Colorado while fighting forest fires. Not even the fire distracted him from meeting Tracy, it looks like. So that's awesome. Tracy homeschools their kids. They have 3 beautiful kids. She homeschools them. She also teaches piano. And while James is away helping others build their dreams, she holds down the fort in their farm. They have a farm they raise white-tailed deers, basset hounds, bloodhounds, and they just have their hands full, aside from having the normal cows, chickens, rabbits, everything. James joined us in 2014, fall of 2014. It has changed his life completely since then. And first time network marketing. So it is my pleasure to introduce you guys to James Hyden. Like I said, Elite Pro 8. And for those newer to you guys, an Elite Pro 8 brings in over 200,000 in sales volume every single month. So he is definitely out there killing it and doing his best. But please help me welcome our Elite Pro 8, James Hyden.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much. And Sandra, you've been a big blessing to me. When you guys do join, a part of this is who's running our ship, and Sandra's a part of corporate. So we're only kind of as good as you guys are. You guys do a fabulous job. When nobody answers my call sometimes, Sandra's always there for me. So thank you for being the best part of LifeVantage for me, Sandra. So guys, I want to talk to those people that have not joined yet. Maybe they're on the fence, or maybe this is the first time you heard about this. Sandra's right. In the fall of 2014, this was shown to me, and I wanted nothing to do with this, guys. I didn't understand it. I had never done anything like this, and I wasn't looking for one more thing. I was actually trying to figure out how to slow life down, how to make priorities right. Had a very sick wife. You know, on the outside, people looking at me and our family, it looked like we had everything together, right? I mean, I was full-time law enforcement, deacon in our church, happy wife, you know, 3 kids. Looks like the Hydens had it all together, right? But on the inside, guys, I couldn't go anymore. I was doing everything. I was actually running 5 different businesses on top of being in law enforcement. Most days my wife did not get out of bed because she was so sick, right? I was trying to play mom, dad, father. It was difficult. Didn't know what to change, what to give up. So what changed for us, or how I got involved, is my brother-in-law was in Phoenix, Arizona. called us up and said there was something he wanted to share with us. So you probably got that phone call or this invite, just like you're watching tonight. And I asked some questions, and what I heard was 3 strikes. Okay, so first I asked, what it was, and he said that it had something to do with an all natural product, right? Well, that wasn't James. Like a lot of people, the health geeks, that's them. Right? That was not James. I was not into health products. Natural products was like voodoo to me. As a police officer, if you quit breathing, we don't come sprinkle some essential oils or stick a vitamin in your throat. We get right to business. And my mom is an RN nurse. My sister runs a very large kidney dialysis center in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And so that just, my faith wasn't in all natural products. The second strike is that if you don't know this already, this is network marketing, okay? The pyramid scheme, the guy on the top, that kind of thing. That was strike number 2, okay? And strike number 3 is that he wanted to talk to me about a business. Guys, I had already done lots of business. As I was saying, I was trying to slow down. So even I thought network marketing was a legit business and not a pyramid scheme, I wasn't interested because I was trying to figure out how to slow down. So he came anyways, even though I told him that we weren't interested. So that's a big key hit right there, guys. He came to me, and I almost didn't go to No Dumb Health meeting, but it was only 5 miles from my house, at my father-in-law's house, and I had been in trouble with my mouth, that side of the family, a lot. So I thought I'll just show up, do my time. So I showed up, looked at my watch. One of the things I'm going to do for you tonight is show you an ABC primetime that aired on national television back in 2005. The video went right over my head. I had never heard of terms that you might hear tonight. So some of you guys are well educated. I was not. All right. So this video is going to talk to you about oxidative stress. I had never heard of that. Okay. I knew what stress was, right? I knew that very well. It's going to talk to you about a NRF2 protein. Never heard of that. Guys, a police officer, we go on every fire and EMS call there is, and never heard of a NRF2 protein. And you'll see doctors on there talking about things that I had never heard of, that my wife was struggling with, and not once did they ever tell us about this, right? It's going to talk to you about free radicals. That was the only thing that I knew on this video. I knew free radicals were Republicans and Democrats. I didn't know they were in our body, okay? So my brother-in-law pushed play on this video. You know what I did? I fell asleep because I didn't understand it. I wasn't interested, and I was so tired, right? And so a lot of people, they watch this. Hopefully you watch this tonight. If you stay awake, you did better than me, okay? But he pushed play twice, thinking that since I didn't get it the first time, maybe I didn't. I got 2 good naps, right? It didn't mean anything to me. I didn't understand how this video was made. It was from 2005. Why are you showing me an old video, right? We're in 2014 at that time. Can I tell you guys, I use this video every single meeting I do, because when it's explained properly and when you can understand oxidative stress on national television that turned out positive, it's an amazing tool to have, right? So at the end of the video, I told him, hey, no thank you, it's not for us, thanks for thinking of us. And we went home that night, and everything was good until go home, and my wife said, honey, I really like to try those products. And I said, honey, absolutely not. I said, that's a pyramid scheme, that's just voodoo, we don't do stuff like that, right? So the Christian way that my wife fights with me, and maybe some of you ladies have done this before, you guys have experienced this, but I got the cold silent treatment, okay? So what that was is my wife went upstairs, laid on her side of the bed, and acted like she was sleeping. So that was my clue that once again, I was in the doghouse, and I love my wife. So I knew at that point I was going to have to order these dumb products, okay? I didn't know what the future held. I signed up for all the wrong reasons as far as this business. I signed up so my wife would get her dumb products. I'd get some bonus points with my in-laws. I could open up a business so I could write this off. Those were kind of the things going through my head. I never thought I'd tell anybody about this because I knew that this probably wasn't true, okay? So a couple weeks into it, guys, when those products came, small little things that if you have not been sick, or you don't know somebody's been sick like my wife, it really wouldn't mean a lot to you. But she could do small things, like she could move her wrist again. She could peel potatoes. She started having more good days than bad days. Now, she didn't just change overnight, but she started to get a little piece of her life back, and she started to get happy again. And I don't know if you guys know what a placebo effect is, but I thought my wife was going through a placebo effect, you know. I knew it was helping my sister-in-law. My wife thought it was helping her, but I didn't believe it. Okay, I just didn't understand how something so simple in network marketing, all natural, could actually be helping my wife to live a better quality life. And like, after all the times we've been to the doctor, so we went and we kept going, and I saw my wife change. But really, what was my aha moment to figure out that we had something special was other people, people that I didn't even know that well, that my wife said, you need to share this with them. Like, I said, well, what would I show? I said, she goes, you can at least show them this ABC primetime. So I did, guys, and I got to see people, just things that were not supposed to happen, that we never saw as police officers in the pharmaceutical world, change. Things that were to the point where I felt like it was a sin if I didn't share this news with people. Didn't mean they were going to get on it, didn't mean it maybe work for them, but it felt like this had been put in our hands. And so after about 2 months of me being skeptical, I finally went back to my wife and said two things it's hard for a man to say. I had to tell my wife that she was right and that I was sorry, and maybe I should really check into this, right? And so I did, and I said, honey, maybe this would have been praying for. So we can go back like 3 years before LifeVantage ever got shown to us. I knew the law. I knew the Lord was calling me out of law enforcement, but it was scary. Like, what would I do? You know, it was a steady paycheck. I've been there 12 years. I worked my way up through the ranks. I loved it. I loved helping people, but it was always at the price of my family. What I mean by that is it was never a set schedule. The townspeople always came before my own family, and I found myself breaking promises to my kids and my wife. And it was just crazy. Like, you guys know that lifestyle. It's just busy, 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 busy. And I'd say, hey, next week's gonna be better, honey. But you know what? It wasn't, guys. As Sandra introduced me, like, we had a farm too. We raised 100 white-tailed deer. We have puppies and cows and chickens and pigs, right? It's like the old McDonald farm. We had a lot going on. And the next week was never better. And I got to the point where I felt like I was a hypocrite, like I was breaking promises. And that was really hard on me. So I said, honey, I don't know how, like, to talk to people about their health. Because I'm probably the only police officer that would admit he gained weight at police academy. Like, Krispy Kreme donuts, that's me. Like, I love Krispy Kreme donuts. I was a 12-pack a day Krispy Kreme guy with 3 pots of coffee. I didn't take vitamins or supplements, okay? So everybody knew that. Now, how would I share this with them, right? And she was just a support to me. And I literally just started sharing this with everybody I knew. Did everybody say yes? No. Were a lot of people skeptic? Yeah. But I had some amazing help from my upline that was out in Colorado, and they literally said, don't prejudge anybody. You don't know who got what. You don't know who's praying for something new. You don't know. Maybe people thought staying at home mom was dumb, but now they started having kids and they really want to be that stay-at-home mom. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. They said, do you know sick people? Do you know broke people? Do you know rich people? I said, I know a lot of sick people. I know a lot of broke people, and there might be a couple of rich people that might talk to us. And they said, your only job is just get this information from them, put bottoms in seats, and we'll come talk to them. And literally, guys, that's how I built my business in the beginning, because I didn't know how to describe oxidative stress. As Sandra said, I'd never done network marketing before, right? That was for people that couldn't get a real job, right? And I tell you, one of the things you're asking is, do you really want to do this, and can you do this? I promise you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. But do you want to do it? Guys, I was a police officer. We arrested people for selling pills, okay? When I first joined this, I felt like we were selling pills, okay? Police officers are a pretty prestigious position to have, okay? Network marketing or salespeople are for people that can't get a real job. That's what James thought. So I can't imagine what the rest of the world out there was thinking too. But when I was desperate and this is what we had, and I saw what it did to change my wife's life, we went all in, guys. And I was blessed to have some amazing upline. We have some amazing products, right? I had an amazing wife, and I had amazing why. And I just went out there and shared it. And guys, within 6 months, this supplemented my income where I was able to leave the police department. Within 1 year saying yes to LifeVantage, I sold 3 of my businesses. So I could be a dad. Like, it wasn't my original plan to be a multimillionaire, guys. All I really wanted out of this, and I hope this hits home to you guys, all I really wanted is I wanted some control of my life. I wanted to be able to take care of my wife. I wanted to be present in the home. I was a great provider, okay? But I was a terrible dad. What I mean by that is I didn't have time to play baseball with my kids or take my daughters out on daddy-daughter dates, right? Life was just crazy. And I made excuses, and you've made excuses when your kids are younger, right? But when this got shown to us, my oldest was 10 years old. And I when she was 2 and 3, I was like, I'm gonna work really hard right now. That way, when she gets older, we'll have time, we'll have money. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. And I'm guessing that you're experiencing life too, that you're finding the point where you don't have a lot of control and you don't have that savings account, you don't have that bank account where you thought it might be at this time in your life. So if you're searching for answers, if you're searching for something that would maybe give you that opportunity, maybe this is for you, right? If not, I tell you what, our products is for everyone. It literally works in every single mammal, right? And I love customers. 80% of my business is just customers. So we love customers, right? So I'm going to share my screen here in a second. I'm going to show you this ABC Primetime. So if I can go back with you a little bit about our company and where we came from, right? A lot of this science goes all the way back to 1968, okay? When they discovered this protein in our body called NRF2, right? I had to remember this by playing Nerf guns with my son, NRF2 or NRF2. And basically this protein's job, they knew, was to have the body make its own antioxidants. So they knew that as you age, your body slows down and you fill up with something called oxidative stress. And how I remember that was just rust. So we breathe in oxygen, we oxidize, right? So they knew that as you age, eventually this protein just gets working less and less and less because of this term called oxidative stress. And it wouldn't be until about 1990s when they actually had a solution for that. So, you know, why is this product different than every other product out on the planet? I mean, there's thousands of vitamins and judo berries and all kinds of stuff out there. Why is this product different than everybody else? Because today we're talking about something called activation, not supplementation. See, 2 hours after you take this, it turns on that protein to go back to work, and it turns on this protein that used to go back and kill this. Remember those free radicals? Used to kill those free radicals at a rate of 1 million per second, every single second, every single day. Where vitamins and supplements, and let's just say vitamin C, those are what we call direct antioxidants. And they take out those free radicals on a 1-per-1 scale. So for every one good thing you put in your body, it takes out one bad thing. I had to think about like cops and robbers because I was a police officer. So for every robber that you have, it takes one police officer, right? That's what direct antioxidants do, are vitamins. But our company is so far ahead, right? We're actually in the activation world that it has really no nutritional value to you, but it's turning on your body's own ability to go back to work. Everything that we have here at LifeVantage is built around that activation, not supplementation. So your body doesn't get used to it. It's just turning on what God designed to be turned on. So basically, the company had ABC Primetime. So his name, I never say it right, but his name is John Quinones, comes knocking on our door in 2005 because we said this works, and it works on all mammals. So, you know, ABC comes in, says, hey, we want to take John's blood before taking this product, and we come back and show the results afterwards. So you'll see that on here. You're going to find out that his blood work tested that of a newborn child in just 12 days. We actually said 30 days to do this. He gives us 12 days. It reduces that oxidative stress in his blood by over 40%, okay? But you're going to see where studies are about to begin and all that. So let's fast forward to 2009. So the video is 2005, but fast forward to 2009, okay? When that video aired on national television, our stock was sitting at $1 a share. And after hours trading, everybody that saw this video thought about their grandma, their wife, their spouse, okay? And our stock jumped to $22 a share. But at that time, we were sold at GNC, Walgreens, and Rite Aid. Okay, it was not in network marketing. Okay, well, by 2009, our stock price went all the way down to 12 cents a share, and our company's $20 million in debt. And I thought in my head, if this product is so amazing, like, why? Okay, because we have a saying that we say here: stories are what sells, information just tells. Okay, hopefully I related with a few people when I talked to you about my wife and how we were desperate and we were trying everything and walking through what my life looked like as a hypocrite and just trying to find some peace. And LifeVantage was our answer, right? That's a story. And hopefully that relates to people that you know. So 2009, they took it off of the shelves and we put it into what we call network marketing, where it is today. And basically we get paid as distributors to use our mouth to tell these stories and to tell other people about this information. And guys, currently our stock, I mean, I didn't look today, but it's no longer 12 cents a share, right? We're in that 450 mark, right? They saved the product from, we're in zero red. We're like $20 million in the bank, our last financials. We have something here called an earning income statement, right? So they saved the product from extinction. So for those people that hate network marketing, you guys realize that if they wouldn't have put it into network marketing, we probably wouldn't have Protandim today, right? And thank you for corporate. Thank you for those people that did it, because it actually, because of it today, you can get this in your body to activate your body instead of supplement it, right? So let me push play on this ABC Primetime, and we'll go back and I'll show you a few other things. So let me remember how to share screen. Push play here.
The following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can we scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease?
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
Protandim NRF2 is protected by 7 U.S. patents. Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired back in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandim NRF2's unique benefits and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the problems associated with aging. The next video will bring you up to date.
Okay, so for sake of time, all right, I'm not going to show you that next video, but that was the foundation of our company. Okay, that's all we had for several years was Nerf2. And guys, that's enough. That's pretty powerful to have your body go back to work and to turn on that Nerf2 protein, right? But the reason I still show that ABC Primetime is because that's where we started with, and that's our tool. Think about it in your head. Think of another natural product that aired on national television that turned out positive. Okay, and even though that's an old video, is our blood still the same, right? It is, right? Is oxidative stress still causes? In fact, here in a few minutes, I'm going to take you to something called PubMed.gov, because I had never heard of those terms called oxidative stress or Nerf2, or what our company, the next video was going to talk to you about, something called Nerf1 or mitochondria or NAD, right? These are all proteins and that turn the body's ability to go back on. So I think of Nerf1, I think about energy. I think about something we have called NAD, right, or NAD. Okay, I think of that as metabolism, or what I call, if anybody struggles with joy, I can tell you the people that I've introduced, it gets their joy back, the happiness back. It controls just the mood in your metabolism, right? So there is so much science out there. There's so much research. There's so many videos, right? Maybe some of it's not true. Maybe some of it is. That's something that you'll have to check out, okay? But to have something that turned out positive on a natural product in today's world, that's unheard of. And guys, I'm going to take it to PubMed.gov, but I can't make claims it's going to cure anything or fix anything. The only thing the FDA allows me to say is that Protandim Nerf2 is scientifically proven to reduce oxidative stress in your blood by 40% on average, 100% of the time on 100% of mammals. So some of my business isn't just humans, guys. This works on a 2-year-old to a 100-year-old, turns on that protein, but cows, dogs, deer, horses. It's those 5 ingredients, which is milk thistle, turmeric, ashwagandha, green tea, and bacopa. Those 5 ingredients at that exact level turn on your body's own ability to have the body make its own antioxidants, and flip that switch is what we say. Okay, so powerful stuff. I'm going to share my screen again and take you to the World Wide Web called Google. All right, so I'm going to just type in www.pubmed.gov. Okay, so you can see that. That's the National Library of Medicine. Okay, it's a big deal. I didn't take you to LifeVantage because our doctors will say positive things. If they don't, they probably get fired. Okay, so this is what I'd call a third party or government research. Okay, so let's just type in that term called oxidative stress. I had never heard of it. It felt fake. Okay, but look, 275,000 papers written on oxidative stress. Again, all I can say is that our Protandim Nerf2 is scientifically proven to reduce oxidative stress in your blood on average of 40%. Okay, how about I type in Nerf2, because I had never heard of that either. Thought my company made it up. Well, I didn't mean to say keep one. Sorry about that, computer but just type in NRF2, okay? Currently, there's over 21,000 papers written on PubMed.gov. Remember, Pub's for public, Med for medical, Gov for government. That's powerful, guys. There's a lot of people studying oxidative stress and Nerf2 out there. You can type in Nerf1. Okay, it's another product that our Protandim Nerf1 that our company has, right? 1,500 papers written on that. How about NAD? See, I'd never heard of these terms, but some of you smart people have. 66,000 papers written on NAD, and guess what? We have Protandim NAD. So I'll get off of that. So that's just some party stuff you can take, and I'm going to try to, I think my screen's still sharing. I'm going to get into the business part. Again, guys, we love customers, right? If you can think of somebody this might help, that's great. We'd love for them. A happy customer sometimes turns into an amazing distributor. So you get in where you feel comfortable, right? I had to figure out some things. I told you that this supplemented my income in 6 months from the police department, and I left the police department. So I had to figure out some things. Was like, does network marketing even work, or what we call multi-level marketing? I'd never seen anybody really make it. I knew what the dreams were, but here's just 3 big dogs in the industry. Okay, there's over 1,000 network marketing companies that exist. You can probably only name about 10 off the top of your head, but these are not bad companies. These are actually the ones that made it. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about each one. Currently, right, Amway does $9 billion a year, and they started off in something 1959 is when that company was formed, and they started with LOC soap. Okay, that's a laundry detergent soap that I go into many homes every day, even to this day, and they tell me it's the best laundry detergent soap that money can buy. They love it. Okay, they do $9 billion. They're up in 168 countries, guys. How about Avon? You heard of Avon, Mary Kay? They also sell their products or distribute their products through network marketing or multi-level marketing. All right. So the reason I'm showing this is because it's not a pyramid scheme. Some of these companies really do make it, and go with Avon. I mean, those are cosmetic products is what they start on. and they've actually been around since 1860, right? So if they were illegal, don't you think the government would have shut them down by now? They pay taxes every single year, and you guys have heard of Avon and the Mary Kay's, okay? How about Herbalife? Herbalife's a wonderful company, been in business over 45 years, guys, but they're just selling regular vitamins or supplements. What we're trying to teach to you today is that biohacking through nutrigenomics, taking that nutrigenomics or nutrition and turning on your body's own genes, or NRF2. We talked a lot about NRF2. So where will LifeVantage be when the rest of the world finds out about the power of the NRF2 that we have, right? But these are 3 amazing companies. You guys, guess what? They pay us to use their mouth. Amway pays their people to use their mouth, and Avon and Herbalife. Usually about a 40% payout goes back to those distributors for that, okay? So if you just add up those 3 companies right there, there's $20 billion that they're making. So 40% would be about $8 billion being paid back to distributors just like myself. So does this work for some? It does. Like, what makes a good company versus a bad company? Like, you know, this is open for argument. Like, you don't have to agree, but I believe there's 4 key components if you're looking at a LifeVantage or a network marketing company. So all I want to do is lay LifeVantage on top of this and see if we have this. Do we have timing? I think timing's hugely important. If you understand business, guys, I had 5 different businesses. I knew the power of timing and being at the pioneering phase, right? So product, like, we're not just talking about another vitamin C, but I believe you have to have category creating. For instance, the smartphone, okay, Apple came out with that, the smartphone. They were the first. They said smartphone. If you would have said smartphone, you know what, 13 years ago, people would have just laughed at you. They didn't know what a smartphone was, right? So we've got the handle on this NRF2 product, and activation versus supplementation and compensation. Like, your time is money. There wasn't enough time in the day, so I better get paid pretty good. I have to make it worth my time. And mentorship, like I said, I knew nothing how the body worked, right? I wasn't a smart man as far as how the body worked, but I had some amazing people that were above me that wanted to come down and help me climb up the ladder they climbed. Like, that never happened in corporate America. So I believe mentorship. So all I want to do is talk about these 4 key components and see how LifeVantage fits in those, right? So let's talk about timing, right? We have something called the pioneering phase, and we have something called too late, all right? So Harvard University, Harvard School of Business, you probably heard of that, okay? They study all these network marketing companies, not just LifeVantage or Amway, right? They said that you need to be in that pioneering phase. It's the first 150,000 distributors per country that are in that pioneering phase, right? So what I want to know is, where's LifeVantage at? Well, if you look at that screen there, it says LifeVantage has less than 100,000 in the world. Guys, that's pretty powerful. Our earning income statement just came out. It says that we have 66,390 in the United States, and of that, only 24,541 were paid in that same period. So I would call those active distributors. So you can either look at that 66,000 number or that 24,500 to tell you where we're at per country. So that's how many is in the United States. Guys, we are untouched in so many parts of that. I just told you, Amway's open in 168 countries, right? I don't know what the exact number is. You can get on our website and find out, but we're only open for business in like 22 countries right now. But in America, United States, guys, there's less than 66,000 and only 24,500 active ones. So do you think you're in the pioneering phase? Like, I understood business. It's not that Mary Kay or Amway or Microsoft Office are bad companies, okay? But they're way over that worldwide and in per country, okay? So 80% of a company's growth, I mean, think about $1,000 in Microsoft Office when they're in that pioneering phase, right? $1,000 today, they're too late. You're going to make 1 or 2% Microsoft or lose 1 or 2%. Would you want to be in that pioneering phase, or would you want to get into Microsoft Office right now? So I understood timing. Now product, right? Again, all I'm allowed to say about NRF2 Pro Tandem is that it's scientifically proven to reduce oxidative stress in your blood by 40% in 30 days, on average, by 100% of mammals, 100% of time. That's pretty powerful when you look at how many studies right now are being done on oxidative stress. We've been on the ABC primetime. Guys, you can also YouTube. We've been on Today's Show, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, PBS, NBC. So check out some of that stuff, okay? I'm just trying to give you a short little clip so that you can go and see if this is really real, okay? If you typed in NERF2, like we just did that a few minutes ago, over 19,000 studies are published, peer-reviewed studies on NERF2, right? So this is money. Like, let's say you believe in the product, or let's just assume that everything I'm telling you is true right now, and you can go fact check everything. Money. So there's two types of way to make money in the world, okay? We're taught linear income all the time. And basically, I mean, I have, Sandra read that. I have 2 different degrees that she read. I actually have 3 different degrees. And not once did I ever get a degree or anybody teach me about that leverage side. All I was taught was linear income. So the best way I know to describe linear income is we're told to go to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week for the next 40, 50, 60 years of life. And at the end of that, you can retire. You're not promised to have $1 million bucks or anything like that, but maybe have some time with your grandkids, go on vacation, but basically trading time for money, all right? This system worked. Like I talk about my grandpa. My grandpa worked in a factory for 41 years, and he kept his promises to the company, and the company kept their promises to him, right? But when my grandpa was alive, the average state of job was 40 years. Today, it's about 3.5 years, okay? We're in a different, my grandpa grew up in the Industrial Revolution. Right now, we're in the technology stage, right? Robots are competing for humans' jobs, right? Box stores are, did you know that Toys R Us owned 85% of the world's toy market? They don't exist today. How about Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster was on every town almost when I was growing up as a kid. They don't exist today. Uber is the largest taxi cab business in the world, and they don't own a taxi cab. You can go to Walmart if you want to see robots taking over your jobs. Look at Walmart and self-checkouts, right? So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with linear income, but if there was another faster way, or yeah, I'll just say a faster way, like they told me on the other side, 2 to 5 years. So what is leverage income? And I'll tell you, network marketing is not the only way to get leverage income, right? I think it's best for 2 reasons, and those 2 reasons are this. It's a lower startup cost, right? Like a traditional business, right? If you make your money back in the first 5 years, you're doing really good. Most people don't. 95% of those businesses fail, right? And you're taking your kids' inheritance, and it's, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So a large startup cost, that if you get your money back in 5 years, you're doing pretty good. The second thing that I like about it is I get to control it. See, in 2008, or when COVID hit, those things, right? We didn't have any control over the real estate. We didn't have any control over the stock market. And so I have a lot of widows in my church that lost half their retirement overnight. Did they do anything wrong? No, it was outside their control. So when they told me that there was a system that I could follow, I was like, well, what is it, right? So you see there in red, it says 90, this is from Forbes magazine. 95% of people working linear income cannot retire at age 65, even though they followed that 40, 50, 60 hour to 45, 60 years of their life to do that, and they can't retire. So that was the Industrial Revolution. Today we're in a technology world. So what is this system in mentorship? So they told me if I could show that ABC primetime 15 times a month, if I could tell the company's story, my story, and how you get paid. We have monthly training, something called LVAs, okay? If I could attend those trainings, they're 4 hours, it costs me 25 bucks, because I have thousands of dollars in degrees, and most of that I never used it. They basically said that they would take an elite distributor, somebody had actually made it in LifeVantage, come and train me for 4 hours, only cost me 25. I thought of that as my college education in network marketing. Do you get fired if you don't do your 15 presentations a month? No, you just let yourself down. Do you get fired if you don't go to one of these monthly trainings? No, but you just let yourself down. And they told me 2 to 5 years. They didn't say 2 to 5 days, 2 to 5 weeks, 2 to 5 months. They said following that, exposing that 2 to 5 years, and at the end of that, I could do what I want with however I want. Again, they said 2 to 5. I was looking probably 10 years is what I thought, because people always like it, make it sound better than it really is. right? And remember, talking to those customers, guys, I'm just trying to give you a brief overview, but we have animal products. We have skincare products, right? We have something we call Axio, which is Nerf2 activated drinks. Right? We have smart weight management, and we have the first patented shampoo, conditioner, hair, so Nerf2 activated hair care system. Look how much people spend globally in this, right? And you just need a fraction of this for your business. So remember those 4 key components. So timing, guys, NASDAQ ticker, you can look at NASDAQ. I have that on one of my slides, okay? So you don't just have to believe the thing I read you. We have something called an earning index disclosure. If we lie to the Federal Trade Commission, they shut us down. So remember, Harvard says it's that first 150,000 per country, guys, and we have 66,000, or we have 24,500 in the United States that were actually paid in 2021, okay? So huge check mark there as far as timing, the chances of people knowing about this. I can tell you from personal experience, I've done hundreds, if not thousands of meetings. Only 7 times while I've been presenting to somebody had they ever heard of LifeVantage or Protandem. So it's not just a stat, it's personal experience. People that I talk to have not heard of this company or our products. Okay, now as far as our product, we're validated by the National Institute of Health, right? I took you to pubmed.gov. Study that out, okay? Compensation plan. I'm getting ready to get into that because I really do believe that time is money, okay? And that you better be able to get paid well in mentorship, guys. When you say yes to this, you don't just get the help of the people that shared this with you, but they have somebody that got them involved and they want to help you. Corporate wants to help you. I've never been a part of something so big that people just want to, people that have already made it want to help that little guy. Tell me when the CEO of McDonald's ever goes and helps make French fries for the new person starting on. And so I know it sounds too good to be true, but I would just tell you, go check it out, right? So this is what we call our earning income statement, okay? And I'm gonna try to blow this up, and there's a lot of numbers on here. And so the first time you look at this, it's kind of confusing. What am I really looking at, James? So I just want you to concentrate on a few things. So this left-hand column there, it says distributor Pro 1 through Pro 2 and so forth. Okay, we go all the way down to Pro 10. So we don't have diamonds or emeralds. We just kept it real simple. 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 10. Okay, so Pro 1, and then I want you to look at this third column right here. It says average monthly commissions paid out per rank. So you look at this average Pro 1 makes $58 a month. So if I can just be honest with you, $58 per month, that was like something I wasn't interested. That was like a cheap date for my wife if I had time to take her out. Okay, so I was told on here, where on these numbers would you have to be to make it worth your time? Okay, so I don't know what that is for you. I can tell you that for me, I wanted to be that Pro 5 because the average Pro 5 makes $3,228 a month. So that was my original goal, okay? There's other numbers on here. I want to tell you how blessed you are to be seeing LifeVantage and how transparent they are. Because we are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, we got to show you everything good and bad. So let's just go back to the average Pro 1, okay? The average makes $58, but you said, James, there's a number over here. It says monthly max. So it says the monthly max makes $23,000 a month. So legally, I could tell you, hey, your potential earning of a Pro 1 is $23,400 a month, when really the average is 58. So what's the difference? What's that mean? See, what that means is there's one Pro 1 in our company that made $23,000 a month. But that's, if you look in the middle right there, it says minimum. There's a lot of people that made 0. So I don't know where you consider yourself. I've never considered myself like the best or the bottom of the bottom, but I can do average, right? And so that's what I really love about LifeVantage earning income statement and the average rank. So we're not talking about the worst, but we're definitely not talking about the best either. So again, where on there would you want to be? Me was Pro 5. It took me 9 months to hit Pro 5. My wife and I, we hit Pro 7 in 3 years. As Sandra said, we're currently Pro 8s. Volume-wise, we're halfway to that Pro 9 rank, actually a little bit more than that, right? So again, if this is the first time you're looking at it, I didn't know people that made $25,000 a month or $50,000 a month. Like those were not real numbers. So I had to cover that up. So I'd rather just talk about like, what about Pro 3, Pro 4, Pro 5? Do you think that $600 a month would make a difference in a lot of people's families' lives? Do you think it would help divorces? Would you think it helps stress at home? Right? Would about Pro 4, $1,500 a month, would that do something for somebody's house payment? Getting through life struggling? Yeah, it would. Would that maybe possibly bring a spouse home for work? So, all I can tell you is those numbers are real. This is an earning income statement, and you have to pick where you want to be. All right. And you got to shoot for that. And I went faster than I thought it would really be. They didn't actually make it sound better than it really was. It was true. So that's the earned income statement. So how do we get paid? Okay, so you see your investment here. It says $999 a month. That's our elite pack. We have a cheaper pack because I personally just enroll people on that top package because I know what the stats are of being successful. All right. You get more products in this pack. It's basically your products and business in a pack, right? And if you can't talk yourself into elite pack, you're going to have a real hard time talking your people into elite pack because they're going to ask you, hey, what did you do? All right. And this is not an easy business. Sometimes people are going to tell you no. And so I'm just telling you, that's what I do. I really recommend the elite pack. It's got so many of our fundamental products in there. And then overhead. So you see it says 200 points. You need volume wise, right? Your what we call PV, personal volume, 200 points or more opens up all the ways we get paid. Now today, I'm only going to show you 3 ways we get paid, okay? But we get paid over 8 ways, sometimes 9, sometimes less. But the basics are this right here that I'm going to show you. The company's always throwing bones out there, incentives, Jeeps, different things like that, okay? So again, your investment, that elite package, $999. Another reason why I recommend that is the company, if you have something called a subscription, if you come in at the elite pack and you use the LifeVantage app, for the first 60 days, LifeVantage gives you customers, right? So that's a head start is what I call that, okay? So how some of the ways you get paid. We call this upfront money. When you get to know me, I call this hillbilly money, okay? But for every customer that you sign up, if you have your 200 points, okay, which is I recommend 200 PV, be a product of the product, okay? You get 40% of whatever those customers spend. So let's say you sign up a customer and they spend 100 PV. Next Friday, this is a check that comes in every Friday. So the work you got paid, you did last Friday, gets paid this coming Friday. It's just like a regular job, right? It's a one-time gift from LifeVantage. So they spend $100 as a customer in PV, you're going to get a $40 check next Friday. They spend $200, you get $80. So you can follow that, right? Or let's say you sign up an elite distributor, okay? For every elite distributor you sign up, the company's going to give you $340, right? It's 40% of what that 850 PV accounts for that elite pack. So that's what I looked at. And so the other ways we got paid, I'm going to show you. Those were just bonuses for me. This is what I needed to do if I was going to leave the police department. And I just look at it. How many distributors do I need to sign up every single month? How many customers do I need? And where would that match my check as well as a police department? Because this came in every single Friday. So if you really want to change, if you need money quickly and fast, this upfront money is amazing for that brand new distributor that really needs to get a jump start and get some money back right away. Okay, so this next way is what we call that leveraged income. All right, so basically the best way I would explain that, basically they said you have about 5 people on your team and they did their minimum at 200 PV, I'd get paid about $20. Not a ton of money, but not something I'm going to rip up either. But I just looked at that. I knew exactly where I needed to be. If I wanted to really supplement my police income, I needed about 125 people on my team, and that would supplement my income. And so that was my original goal. Obviously, the more people that you have on this, that first month that somebody orders, you get that upfront money. The second month somebody orders thereafter, so some of my people have been on this for 7+ years. Your company's going to either pay you 2%, 5%, or 9% of what's done down there in your downline, about 9 levels deep. Okay, so again, 2% or 5% is not a ton of money. Okay, But when you have 100 people and you're getting 9% or 5% or 2%, it really adds up. And that's a lot what that earning income statement is showing, is that leveraged income. All right. Now this third way that we get paid is my favorite. Okay. So let's just pretend Sandra works for corporate. I didn't enroll her. But if I enrolled her on the Elite Pack, next Friday, the company would give me $340. And I'd be thankful for that. But it's just a one-time gift. And now if I left Sandra right underneath me, she's at my first level. Let's say she spends $200 a month on her products for her and her family. I'm going to get paid 2%, which is $4. That's really nice. But this third way is my favorite way to get paid, because the company says, hey, Sandra, if you're coachable and teachable, and James, if you'll help Sandra, we're going to give you a 10% match on Sandra's paycheck. So let's just say Sandra starts making over a course of a couple of years, $1,000 a month. Again, I already got paid at $340. I'm getting paid 2% of every order that she places, but I'm getting a 10% match. So that $1,000, that'd be a $100 bonus every single month. And they don't take that $1,000 from Sandra. It's a match, right? And I couldn't believe they didn't cap me on this. I literally can go and personally enroll as many people as I want, and I can keep enrolling, and I get a 10% match on anybody I personally enroll. But can I ask you a question? What's 10% of zero? It's zero, guys. So if you don't go do your part and help these people, okay, that bonus, that match is nothing, okay? Now, Sandra goes out there and shares with somebody. If they'll let me, I want to help Sandra's brand new people. Not because I'm just not a nice guy. I am a nice guy, but I want to build my business, okay? So I'm going to get a 5% match on anybody that Sandra brings in as a distributor. And as those checks go up and those doing well, you know what it's going to do for Sandra's paycheck? It's going to make her check go up. And I remember, I'm getting a 10% match on that. Look at this. It goes down 5 generations, guys. A match on 5 generations, either a 10% or 5% match of whoever those people that you personally brought in, or whoever those personals brought in 4 levels deep. Powerful stuff, guys. It's a blessing for sure. So guys, here's you can take a screenshot of this. This is some of the stuff that we covered today. So NASDAQ, again, our company is publicly traded. We have that earning income disclosure sheet. You can go check that out. You can see where LifeVantage is. Are we really in the black, right? How much do we do every month, every year? It's the transparency that I loved about LifeVantage. So that's our ticker symbol, LFVN. I took you to pubmed.gov today. Again, you can go type in that stuff that you want in that search engine. LifeVantage.com has some amazing videos, information, what's in our products, those kind of things. Guys, we got the World Wide Web. You can type in YouTube, type in Protandim and dogs, cows, anything. I mean, it will blow you away if you've never heard of LifeVantage, of all this stuff and all these videos that are out there. And you're going to say, I cannot believe that I never heard about this, right? So get with the person that invited you and don't avoid them. It's like this. They don't need you. They would love to help you and be a part of it, but they don't need you, okay? Basically, what they're offering you is a gift. If you don't like that gift, you can wrap it back up and give it to somebody else, but maybe this is your answer to prayer, all right? Or maybe you just want to be a customer. Again, we love customers. Or maybe you're like me and you are desperate and this is exactly what you've been praying for, even though you didn't want to do it, right? So just get with the person who invited you. We have a big team. We love you guys. We're all part of LifeVantage. And so, Sandra, I'll hand it back over to you. I'll stop sharing and you can take it away.
Thank you, James. Really, really appreciate you taking the time to walking us through an overview of the company, the business opportunity, products. I hope this helped all of you guys joining us tonight. I hope it helped answer many of your questions or made that final decision for you guys to join. But like I said, if you guys are ready to get started, connect with the person who invited you tonight, or if you still have more questions or would like to go into more detail of some of these things that James shared with you guys on PubMed or some of these other tools, please do so. Again, connect with the person who invited you and hope that you guys got everything you needed from this call tonight. Again, thank you very much, James. Appreciate your help tonight. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.